guys, welcome back to another Friday Reads video. I thought I'd go ahead and catch you up on what I've been doing this past week and what I plan on reading. If you've watched my ambitious December TBR video, you'll know I'm trying to read 29 books in 31 days to meet my Goodreads goal. This is sort of part of what I've read so far, quite a bunch of manga and one graphic novel right down there at the bottom. Also included, but not visible, is an audiobook that I finished, which was a carryover from Nonfiction November. That was The Suspicions of Mr. Witcher. I don't remember the author off the top of my head, but it was a Victorian true crime book featuring Jonathan Witcher, who was one of the first members of the detective force. There was like 8 members. And it was created kind of on an inspiration from Edgar Allan Poe's Murder in the Rue Morgue. And Jonathan Witcher himself was an inspiration to several authors of that era. Charles Dickens, who was a good friend of his, modeled one of his detectives off of him. Wilkie Collins in The Moonstone. So there's lots of literary references which I rather enjoyed throughout that book. My current audiobook is The Immortal Life of Henrietta Lacks. So in a way I'm kind of continuing again with the Nonfiction November. I started listening to The Silent Wife, which was kind of a psychological thriller along the lines of Gone Girl but set in Chicago, and I just couldn't get into that. So instead I'm reading this book, which is by Rebecca Skloot, about an African-American woman who went into Johns Hopkins in Baltimore for treatment or biopsy for tumor for cervical cancer, and she became the unwitting donor of her cells, which are now known as HeLa cells and continue to live on to this day and are used in medical research. And at the time she was not asked for permission, which apparently wasn't required, but her family was shocked to find out, like I think it was like 1970, and she died back in the, I want to say the 30s. We haven't gotten to that point yet, but they didn't find out until the 70s that her cells had been collected and then were still alive to that day and are still alive now. It's just quite an amazing story. In terms of the manga I'm reading right now, I'm reading I Am a Hero, and this is by, very small print, Kengo Hanazawa. This is an omnibus. It contains the first 2 volumes. It's the greatest zombie manga ever, as it's described. It's basically about this gentleman here who's trying to become a manga artist, and he's sort of a paranoid schizophrenic. It sort of begins with him coming home to his apartment, and it's like locks all over the place. He looks around. He's very paranoid, and he sees people that aren't there. He has conversations with them. You see some images where people are trying to get through the Venetian blinds in his apartment or peeking at him through windows, and he sets up like a row of manga around him as a protective circle. He's definitely a troubled individual, and he has a rifle. And we haven't reached the part yet where the zombie apocalypse kind of breaks out, which is somewhere around here. So that'll be pretty interesting when it gets to that. And the other one I'm currently reading is Bakuman Volume 3, about 2 young men that are trying to become manga artists. So kind of an interesting combination there. I also picked up some more manga today before the last day I'm working this week before the Employee Appreciation Week ends, where I get that extra bonus discount. So I picked up a couple more volumes, and I'll probably be jumping right on these because I'm kind of really into these series right now. So I think I'll be tackling a lot of this pile here through this coming week. So that's what I'm doing. I know this weekend's supposed to be a big snowstorm, actually a couple days in a row of snowstorms, so I won't be doing much other than just reading and staying warm. So, and shoveling snow. Yay. Anyway, that's what I'll be doing. Let me know below what you guys are reading and how your Goodreads goals are going, or whatever. Let's just chat down below. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.